Speaking of falling off a cliff, Titanfall's Xbox One bundle. No, not as good.
No, that
not
works.
as good.
That works. Just power through it.
Yeah, it's been announced. It's $4.99 and includes the game. No custom controller, though. You got to buy that separately, and it serves as a permanent price cut in the UK.
Yeah, down to $399 British monies, whatever that
pounds.
currency is they use.
I don't want to lift
Feathers.
stuff.
Yeah.
No.
What weighs more? 300, 400,
No, I don't want to do that one again. So you think this came together? This was cobbled together at the last minute?
Well, a lot of people were justifiably asking, wait, this doesn't even include the Titanfall controller?
Yeah.
That seemed to be a big topic.
Yeah.
That is a little
separately.
weird,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
Is it though? I mean, maybe they thought the controller could have looked better, so maybe they decided not to include it in the bundle.
It's probably some BS product deal that they made with another company to make it, so they're not allowed
So they
to
couldn't
bundle
include
it.
it.
They can't include
maybe
it with
costs
a console.
more to make for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Naomi, you actually hit on a good point.
There was some critique about how it looked.
Right.
Or the design,
Ah.
not the actual print on it. The colors.
Yeah, I think
the
it's.
shows,
I think it's just straight up ugly.
the way
Well,
it looks.
I agree,
yeah.
but not only that, maybe they were going to do it, but then looked at the box art and it was like
Didn't look
sleek
good,
black
yeah.
Xbox One, and then like crazy white, decal graphics
Yeah.
controller, and they
It's
were
all
like,
sort of clashes.
nobody's going to buy this on a
Especially
box.
for $500 and you have something that
What
looks
is wrong
gorgeous
with
with
us?
something that just looks like a chintzy toy. No.
Steven, was this your call to make this controller?
Wow, he really hit the ground running.
Well, like we've
First day on the job.
Steven!
This controller. Let's greenlight this.
We can now
Everything's getting blamed on Steven Elop.
the blame for everything bad shifts entirely from Don Matrick and to Don Matrick's corpse to Stephen Elop. Like he just gets the blame for everything terrible that happens now.
Yep.
But
that's what's gonna happen.
The other thought I had was but now I like your thought better of just like, oh yeah, that's
It was
those
my
clash
thought. I'm
hideously.
like it's kind of a good thing they're not going to include it.
But it's also possible that it just came together like super last minute.
Yeah.
And they were like, because the reality is these things have to be, if you're going to do a custom something, it has to be done like months in advance. Whether it's a console or a controller, because it's like assembled in China and then boxed and thrown on a boat, and so maybe just they because we know the January sales numbers for Xbox One were really not good compared to PlayStation 4. So maybe they went, okay, we got to do something. We were counting on Titanfall, but we need to take a risk here and just go ahead and bundle Titanfall. We're just gonna the thing that was gonna sell. We need to entice people to buy our console with it.
Sure. They know it's a console mover already, so they're just like, well, let's make a bundle.
Try and just nudge people that are on the fence, just push them over.
Yeah.
Does that irk any of us who have bought the console already and that in less than 4 months?
It is, according to what I'm reading online.
Yeah. I mean, and I hope Microsoft does something like what Nintendo did with the Ambassador program with the 3DS. Whoa, there it is. Where if they lowered the price within, it was like 6 or 9 months. And so if you had bought it in that first period, then you got, I think it was 10 different virtual console games.
$2 games.
Really?
Which
Hold
had
up.
yet to...
I got my day one achievement, so I don't need any discount. No, I'm just kidding. I'm being very sarcastic.
Just set your microphone on fire. Your
I don't know.
bedazzled
I mean,
phone.
on the one hand,
Bedazzled.
we are, early adopters for anything these days know what they're in for.
Sure.
If it's... I had the original iPhone, and it was $600, and then like 6 months later, it was $200.
Oh, you were in that group?
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and they did something though, didn't they?
No.
I'm pretty sure they did something for those people.
Not in my memory.
They laughed at them.
No, I think they gave them like
$100
$100 back or something. Like you had to go to the store and get it.
Well,
maybe that was a Canadian thing. Well, sorry about
I was
that.
in Wisconsin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's true. It's like, gamers are a fickle lot, and it is a substantial investment, $500 to buy the console. I'll go back to, I'm going to go beat on the same drum. Halo Spartan Assault, not the best game on the planet. Should have been free with Games for Gold. I still think that.
Yeah.
Give that free to all the early adopters. Like, hey, here's a Halo game. It's
the
crappy Halo game, but not crappy relatively to the other ones, but yeah, how about that? Or how about just a voucher for any of the downloadable titles? Yeah, so Killer Instinct or Max the Curse of Brotherhood or Halo Spartan Assault, Peggle.
That would be great.
Yeah, how about that?
What about a handwritten apology from Elop?
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah. There you go. Come on, Steven.
Put it on my
He has
mantelpiece.
to sign every single one.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, we also learned this week. This was another.
Yeah.
The missteps can. How does this keep happening? So everybody wants to preload Titanfall because people want it digitally, and when the clock strikes midnight,
they want to just be able to play it.
Launch day. If
12:01
everybody's
a.m.
trying to download a 20 gigabyte file at once, it's going to be slow going.
Wait, how big is it?
20 gigabytes.
Wow.
Not 40, which it said on the front of the special edition
we had to make that
bundle box
correction,
art. It said
yesterday.
requires up to 40 gigs, and Respawn clarified later. They said, well, that packaging was just done before we knew how big the game was. Mm-hmm. It's 20 gigs.
You want to know what's absolutely insane? If I'm not mistaken, I just downloaded Donkey Kong for Wii U, and it was 16 gigs.
Really?
That is insane to me.
That guy outside thought so too.
Pretty sure lots of people are getting murdered outside this office. So,
but what was I saying? Oh, so everybody wants preloading on the Xbox One. Period. Right? I mean, Steam has it. Steam is the model for Xbox One. Let's not kid ourselves. And it should be. Steam's awesome.
Yeah.
So we want preloading. Titanfall would have been a great game to get it going with, to alleviate the crush of it's inevitably going to happen on the servers on midnight on March 11th. And then somebody, I saw it on NeoGAF. I'm not sure if anybody found it sooner than that, but found a live page on Xbox.com that said, you preload Titanfall and it'll be ready for you to download, at midnight on March 11th. And so it was reported, and
you mean ready to play?
Yeah, so it's on your system, and then it just unlocks at midnight. And then Microsoft took the page down, came out and said, no, that's not a real thing.
So I'm pretty sure this is a real thing and that they just didn't want to announce it yet. I think a week before launch, that page will go up. That was a real thing.
Completely think you're right. Yeah. Because
they don't do preloading. They're stupid. There's it's just bad service.
We call that,
customer.
If they don't do it, we call that pulling an ELOP.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I was like, how can we put this on ELOP?
This is going to be a recurring thing.
Yes.
Yep.
It 100%.
ELOP. Let's just turn it into a verb.
ELOP.
Yeah. How many
you really ELOP that one.
Mitch is going to be so confused next week.
Way to
Big
ELOP
time.
it up.
But yeah, I think you're right, Marty. It's because I'm guessing all the retail partners that Microsoft is slowly trying, and Sony too.
Yeah.
Sony's doing it better than Microsoft at the moment of trying to wean themselves off of retailers, but I'm guessing the retailers flipped out.
Yeah.
Or Microsoft knew they would flip out, so they preemptively acted before they got the call from the GameStop CEO that was like,
hey guys, why isn't it working?
hey buddy, you got to take down that page now.
Sorry, I'm very different views.
I'm reviewing South Park this week, so it's like there's the Canadian voice in my head.
I'm excited for that game.
What about the possibility that they're avoiding the preload until after it launches? Because that wouldn't work actually.
Then that would just be a load.
Because I'm just saying, they might not want people to preload right away, so that everyone's playing the game at the same time.
Yeah,
risking the game breaking.
I think they also
the servers mess.
There is a slight risk that someone would hit the wrong button and the game would just unlock. I mean, that happened with Strider.
Before. Yeah.
With Strider.
Wasn't Strider free for like 10 minutes?
Yeah. So it was like, reviewers got code, so they were playing the game, and if you followed that reviewer, like I heard it, a bunch of people in our group were following Arthur Geese from Polygon, and he was reviewing the game, and if you it said he's playing Strider, and if you just clicked the game, all of a sudden you could download it for free and play the game for free 2 weeks before it came out.
Now that's the kind of fan service we're talking about. That's what we need more.
As long as you know someone who has it, then that's fine.
Hey, it's the family sharing thing. Yeah. It's back. It's back, and it's better than ever. You don't even have to be in their family. Oh man. Was there anything else on this topic?
No, that's the big. Those are 3
20
biggies.
gigs.
Yeah. So
preload.
your prediction, Marty, is preload Titanfall maybe in a week from now.
Yeah,
1
probably
week before
first week
launch.
of March. Yeah.
We're gonna hold you to that.
Yeah,
Mark it down, people.
Yeah, I'll leave this show forever if I'm on.
Whoa!
I am not
settle
going
down.
to do that. I have nowhere else to go. I do not have a home.
You have to do it. So it's got to be like, no, if I'm wrong, Mitch will leave the show forever.
Yeah. This is Mitch taking a dry run at that.
Yeah,
Poor
he's out
Mitch.
sick. I'm sorry, Mitch. We still love you.
Yes.
All right. that is the end of the news for
and
this
your
week.
Pen.
And Marty's.
No, Penny.
Didn't work.
There it goes.
We did it.
Awesome.
Crisis averted.
So this is Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast. Join us for the full audio version each and every Wednesday, or whenever you decide to look for it. New episodes debut every Wednesday. iTunes, Zune Marketplace, Xbox Music. That's a new service I'm launching. Xbox Music.
Morpheus.
Yeah.
Kazaa.
Whatever you got. Shazam. Did you say that one already?
I think you got.
Why not?
Matrix.
No. So I said that.
You already said it.
Search for
Too late.
Podcast Unlocked on the iTunes search field and join us each and every week.